We have to talk about these GTA 6 pre-orders, Rockstar, right now. This is actually pretty insane. So as of tonight, once the clock strikes midnight and it turns to 25th at midnight, that's when the pre-orders go live. But today, they put out a little press release letting people know that the physical copy will not have a disc. It's not going to have a poster. It's not going to have a map of Vice City. None of that. It's just going to simply have a code that is going to be attached to your profile where you can't trade it in. You can't do anything. It's just a case. Wow. Way to drop the ball on the physical fans. Now, you know, I don't want to be this old man yelling at the sky saying, damn you. But, you know, GTA fans range from all ages, but a lot of us remember the days of picking all of these up physically, dating all the way back to the PS1. What the hell happened? I mean, even Red Dead Redemption 2 had a physical disc. It had a collector's edition. The standard edition is $79.99, which, yes, the price went up $10. Nintendo did this with Mario Kart World. They got away with it. Rockstar can obviously get away with it. And they also have their Ultimate Edition, which unfortunately doesn't even have a physical, because I would have said, okay, what if you did a Ultimate or a Collector's Edition that had some kind of steelbook statue, and then maybe with that premium cost, you would get a disc? There's not even that option. One of the biggest games, the most anticipated game, has such a dinky rollout for pre-orders. I really don't understand. And again, I'm a GTA fan. I'm a Rockstar fan. I'm also a physical media collector of all sorts. So as you could tell, I'm pretty enthusiastic about physically getting something or some kind of collector's edition. Now, I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking before you type in the comments. I know that modern games don't even have the full game on the disc or the cartridge. That's usually the case. But if you're spending $80, you should at least give me a damn disc, even if like 10 gigabytes is only on the disc. Because it's the point of being able to trade it in if you want it, resell it. It's that, you know, the rights of a buyer that are just kind of being swished off to the side. And that's where it gets a little dicey. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about the main issue is that, well, the Ultimate Edition, you know, these forms of content shouldn't be locked behind that. That should have already been expected, considering that every single game does that nowadays, where there's the $100 gold edition, or there's sometimes a $120 edition for some games, right? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that, like, don't be surprised that the Ultimate Edition has certain features and perks that the Standard Edition doesn't have. I'm sure the main game is still going to be the main game. The missions are going to be the missions, but you just have extra aesthetics and extra stuff you can work on with your car and the outfits and stuff like that. This has just been a lot of leaks and rumors the last, I don't know, over a decade of what this game was going to be. Then we finally saw the trailer. We finally saw some excitement. We obviously saw a lot more delays, but we knew that eventually this was going to come out. I just thought that the rollout would have been a lot better. I mean, remember this, like, you know, game in the case. I know this is 2013. I know this is a long time ago, right? But, you know, you got your disc, you got your map, you know, it's got a poster, of course, map or poster, whatever you want to call it, right? But now we're going to take the disc out. This is going to be your case. Ready? Artwork. All right, cool. Open it. That's it. A code. That's it. A code. That's going to be your GTA 6 case. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's one of those things, like, again, it just sounds like a dead argument, and some people say, oh, you know, physical's dying and it's phasing out. Sure. I'm not denying that. Believe me, I know. Especially seeing everything from a collector standpoint, yes. But put the fucking disc in there, man. Even if you're trying to cut costs, people say, oh, they don't want the game to leak. I think that's also kind of full of shit, but I get that. Like, the whole idea of just having a disc out there in the wild could leak the stuff. But at the same time, like, you didn't even put it in a premium edition. You didn't put it in a, like, collector's edition. Like, why is this rollout so half-assed? And there actually was an article, this is going back to earlier this year, where they talked about the rumor of the potential GTA 6 skipping a physical release. And they asked, this is from the CEO, this is Strauss Zelnick, and he told Variety bluntly that the online rumors swirling around GTA 6 physical launch were nothing to worry about. And he said, that's not the plan. Okay. So you basically just told people that wasn't the plan, but you did it anyway. Yeah. Sometimes you got to call these people out on this shit, especially if they say in a public interview or put false information out there. That's kind of fucked up, man. And like I said, I love GTA. I love Rockstar as much as the next guy. I love all these big companies that are, putting out killer games. Sure. They're few and far between nowadays, but they're still around. You don't do that to your fans. You don't lie. You don't make it seem like it's going to happen and then it doesn't happen. It's very, very deceiving. And I don't like that at all. They're just relying on people getting this game anyway. And of course, I'm still going to play it. I'm still going to buy it. I think that's the biggest thing is they just don't care. But I think transparency is where that's lost. The communication, you know what I mean? You have to communicate with your fans. You can't put false shit out there like that. So that's why I'm just calling it out here in this video. And I know the games nowadays don't have, the full game on the disc, right? Like this GTA 5, PS3 and 360 was the last era where everything was on the disc. After that, it started to get a little dicey of what was on the disc, what wasn't. Obviously, the Switch 2 with Nintendo, that was a big controversy because they started to do the whole not everything's on the cartridge. And Nintendo fans were pissed, but guess what? They still bought the cartridge that didn't have the full game on there, or they still bought it digital anyway, right? So it's one of those things where it's like fans are still going to complain. I'm still going to complain, but there's going to be some people that might just not buy it because of this. And, you have the right to do what you want with your wallet and your money and the time that you worked for that money. That's entirely up to you and the consumer. But a lot of people are going to just give in and just buy it anyway. Now, I'm going to buy it because I'm a fan. Like, I like GTA, I like Rockstar. But at the same time, it doesn't mean I really support this whole pre-order rollout. So maybe that makes me a hypocrite. I don't know. But I mean, to be honest with you, this is just one of those things that, like, with physical media and the way that it is, and again, I'm surrounded by physical, as you can see behind me, movies, games, music. The physical aspect of the gaming side has been phasing out slowly but surely, and it does suck to see. So there's going to be a lot of people that might watch this video that might say, well, I don't care about it anyway. It's already been going in that direction. And then you're going to have other people saying, if I'm spending $80, I want to at least have a disc that I can get rid of, that I can sell. And I'm in agreement with the getting rid of and selling it. If you want to, or if you wanted to, you should have the right to do so. It shouldn't lock you down to just a digital code for $79.99 that is basically always going to be attached to your account. I don't know. It just seems very weird and sketchy, but they got you by the balls because you want to play GTA 6, right? You've waited so long, so they got all of us by the balls. I think all in all, you got to have better communication. There's got to be transparency between the fans and the major suits. And if you were going to do a rollout, it could have just been handled so much better, and you could have had such more of an epic pre-order rollout. I don't know. I feel like I would have spent money on a high-end edition if it came with a disc and a steelbook. Even if it was only in that high-end edition, you would have still had people complain, but at least would have given us consumers an option to do so if we wanted to. That's my 2 cents. Let me know in the comments what you think of this pre-order situation. Do you care? Do you not care? We're all going to be playing it anyway, but this is just me yelling at the sky saying, damn you! But hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next one.